Hi friends, good morning. This is Dr. Harinath Reddy, Faculty for Indian Polity and Constitution. Today in this particular video, we will try to discuss answer writing for mains exam, UPSC mains, GS paper 2, PSIR, political science and international relations optional in paper 1, section B. You have Indian government and politics, and then public administration paper 2. So here I will take up a question which has come in the past, and I will try to help you how to frame an answer. And this discussion will be useful for PSIR optional, PubAd optional, GS paper 2, and even APPSC and TSPSC group 1 mains exam. In the previous years, we had a question: in spite of unitary features, federalism survived in India. Comment. This is one question which has come in the past. As we all know, to suit to the diversity of India, and then to share the political power between the center and the states in India, to keep the country united by meeting the subnational aspirations, we have framed the Constitution of India as a federal constitution. So the Constitution of India has become federal for managing diversity and to meet the subnational aspirations by providing for sharing of sovereignty between the center and the states. Though the Constitution of India is federal, it is federal in form, but it is basically unitary in spirit. So the Constitution of India provides for a strong central government. So in this is your introduction for the question. So in this context, what is the demand of the question? The question says, in spite of unitary features, federalism survived in India. The Constitution is no doubt federal, but the unitary features dominate in the Indian Constitution. Despite the dominance of the unitary features, federalism in India has survived, and there was a remarkable maturing of Indian federalism. So what are the factors which favored maturing of Indian federalism? In the first place, we need to agree with the statement. I agree with the statement that in spite of unitary features, federalism survived in India. And there are many reasons why federalism has not only survived, it also got matured and strengthened over a period of time. So if you list out the reasons for this, the first one is, in the first 2 to 3 decades, we have seen the dominance of Indian National Congress in the Indian polity. But subsequently, we see the weakening of Indian National Congress, which is the major national party in the first 2 to 3 decades. In the place of Indian National Congress, in several states, regional parties have emerged. So the emergence of strong regional political parties, resulting in the formation of coalition governments at the union level in the last 3 to 4 decades, is one important reason for maturing of federalism and the strengthening of federalism. So as it has become more compulsory for the participation of the regional parties to form governments at the union level, the parties at the national level, they started responding to the aspirations of the regional political parties. So the way the central government has dealt with the states has greatly improved upon. Then most of the amendments which were done during the era of coalition governments, they were done through the politics of consensus. And then weakening of national political party, emergence of strong regional political parties, formation of coalition governments. In addition to this, we have seen in the earlier video that the president rule or the constitutional emergency, which is provided under Article 356, was used 135 times in this country. In most of the situations, this provision of Article 356 was wrongly applied. So Article 356 has posed the biggest threat to the idea of federalism in this country. But the Indian Supreme Court, through its intervention and through its judgment in S.R. Bommai case, has tried to restore the spirit of federalism by saying that federalism is a basic feature of the Indian Constitution, and the center cannot affect the autonomy of the states by abusing or properly using Article 356. So Supreme Court, the role of Supreme Court is another important role why federalism has survived in India. The next one, so Indian Parliament is bicameral, and it is an important requirement in a federal constitution. So in the Indian Parliament, Rajya Sabha, which is the upper house, it gives a representation to the states. So Rajya Sabha, where the states are represented, again has played a very important role in protecting the interests of the states when an ordinary bill is taken up in the parliament, or even when a constitutional amendment bill is taken up in the parliament. So Rajya Sabha is yet another reason for protecting and strengthening Indian federalism. Over and above all these reasons, the most important reason is the role played by the Finance Commission of India. So the Finance Commission of India is considered to be the balancing wheel in fiscal federalism in India. So earlier we all know that in the very beginning, all the taxes of the union are not shared with states. Some are shared, some are not shared. For example, corporation tax and basic customs duty is not shared with states. Personal income tax, central excise was shared with states. But on the recommendations of the 10th Finance Commission, all the taxes of the union government are now being shared with the states through 80th Amendment by bringing in alternate scheme of devolution, which came into implementation retrospectively from 1996. And now all the states get a share in the total tax revenues of the union government. But this share has increased over a period of time. In the very beginning, the share of the states in the net tax revenues of the union government was around 29%. Now that has phenomenally increased to 41% today. This is mainly because of the role played by the Finance Commission of India. So the successive finance commissions through their recommendations have allowed for the union government sharing a greater share of their net tax revenues with the state governments. So this has greatly improved upon the financial autonomy of the state governments. So Finance Commission of India also has played a very important role in protecting and promoting fiscal federalism in this country. And in the recent past, the 101 amendment to the Indian Constitution in 2016 has brought in a new federal authority, that is the GST Council. So GST Council, which is created under Article 279A, inserted by the 101 amendment to the Indian Constitution, has again played a very important role in maintaining fiscal federalism. So with respect to indirect tax reform, that is GST, in the GST Council, the center and the states are together making decisions with respect to GST. This is again a very shining example for fiscal federalism, cooperative fiscal federalism in India. So GST Council is yet another recent addition for maturing and strengthening Indian federalism. And over and above all these reasons, we have Interstate Council, which was created in 1990, and even the Niti Aayog, which was created in 2015. Interstate Council was a common platform for the center and the states to resolve issues which are of common concern. And of late, from 2015, Niti Aayog is also playing an important role in promoting cooperative and competitive federalism in India. So Niti Aayog also has played an important role in the recent past for strengthening and promoting federalism in India. So these are several reasons, the most important reasons why federalism in India has remarkably matured and strengthened over a period of time. This is your body of the answer. Then in the conclusion you should write, this is a right step, this is a step in the right direction, that is strengthening and maturing of Indian federalism is a step in the right direction. This has to be taken forward in all other sectors like health, education, engineering to achieve better results for maintaining better stable polity in this country. That will be your conclusion. So this is how an answer has to be framed, keeping in mind the demand of the question. When you write an answer, the answer must be tailor-made to the demand of the question. Don't waste your time writing what is not necessary to the demand of the question. You should write a very good and a crisp introduction and conclusion, and the introduction, body and conclusion should hit the bullseye. In other words, the answer must be completely in tune with the demand of the question. Then the answer will be a relevant answer. It will help you in fetching more marks in the mains exam. Thank you and all the best. We will take up another question in yet another video. Thank you.